We all know that tourism is influencing millions of people all over the world, including the Pacific Island countries. My presentation today will focus on two parts. The first part will focus on why tourism has become an important source of income and employment for many Pacific Island countries. And the second part will focus on how the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a shift away from tourism to other means of livelihood. According to the World Tourism Organization, tourism is simply what people do when they visit a place outside their usual environment. For example, if I'm living in Fiji and I decided to visit Australia, that is part of tourism. This is my usual environment, but I'm traveling to Australia to see some important part of Australia. Well, that is an example of tourism. In general, tourism is about travel, visitors, and travelers. For example, checking into a hotel, getting into cruise liners, traveling in airplanes, sightseeing, and many more. Pacific Island countries have long been stereotyped by the word paradise. Why? Because we are known as the paradise. But in fact, they vary greatly. The attractions of Pacific Islands are well known for its climate, especially in Polynesia, as it is ideal for those seeking the sun, the sea, the sand, as indicated earlier, the lasting composite image of coral atolls, the waving palms, the white sandy beaches, the balmy trees, the breezes, the gentle, erotic, and welcoming and friendly people, as we are known for. The basic attributes of Pacific Island tourism remain largely unchanged. Those revolve around the remarkable and photogenic places located here in the Pacific Island countries. That's why people love to visit our places. So Pacific Island countries, we all know that we rely heavily on tourism as a form of employment, as a form of income and revenue to the country. So Pacific Island countries' environment are generally characterized by fragility, especially to extreme events and climate change. This is especially apparent for small coral atolls where economic options are severely limited. However, according to Harrison and Pratt in 2010, tourism was recognized in the 1960s as the backbone of Fiji's economy. According to the overall average increase in the arrival up in 2001 in the Central and South Pacific, over 41% needs to be situated in a wider context. Fiji Commercial Guide report shows that tourism remains Fiji's fastest growing industry and is the largest foreign exchange earner. Wow, that's marvelous. The industry earnings increased from 4.5% in 2018, which totaling up to $2.1 billion. And that's exceeding the combined 4 other countries' top 5 merchandise. So that means tourism is still the number one. So whether it's traveling, sightseeing, hiking, snorkeling, river safari, or any other tourism industry, which includes the activities, that includes money. So when tourism comes to Fiji, they bring in money, they bring in the revenue for the country, they bring in employment, even starting from the travel agencies, the airlines, those people working in the air, the airliners, the hotel, all those people, they benefit from the money which were taken in by this tourism. So firstly, let's discuss how has this tourism become the vital source of income for many of these Pacific Island countries? Well, tourism plays an important role in the Pacific Island economy and is one of the regional economically viable sectors. According to the World Bank report in 2013, the total tourism spending in the Pacific Island countries come up to $1.4 billion, with visitors arrived across these 11 Pacific countries, including Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Palau, Samoa, and Vanuatu. They make up these top 5 destinations for tourism. So, tourism development has heralded economic modernization, leading to employment creation and injection of income through this multiply effect and improved local business viability. So, the economic impact of tourism is indisputable and has grown enormously as most Pacific Island countries rely heavily on tourism as their major source of income. According to the country's commercial guide, in 2018, the tourism industry provides direct employment to an estimated 40,000 people and to 116,500 people indirectly in the Pacific Island countries. Therefore, tourism has contributed directly towards generating income for the people here in the Pacific Island countries. This simply means that tourism has created revenue for the economy and at the same time help people to earn income. As I've already discussed earlier, when tourists visit our country, they bring in income. Whether they buy souvenirs, whether they check into hotels, whether they eat in cafeterias, or whether they are guided by tour guides, they still deal with money. So this simply means that tourism has created revenue for the economy and at the same time help people to earn income. Just think of you, for example, as a resident of California and you're planning to take a vacation to Fiji. So first, you will pay travel agencies to work out your papers. So that's how you as a tourist will contribute to income. The air hostess will benefit from that. So when you arrive in Fiji, you checked into a hotel. So those people working in the hotel will benefit from that. The cafeteria, those people working in the cafeteria, those people working in the receptionist, homekeepers, those people who keep the hotel clean, they will all benefit from the money that you bring. As the tourism industry rely heavily on human factor to ensure the delivery of quality of its product and services, therefore it creates employment opportunities indirectly within the tourism industry. This includes entertainers, tour guides, food sellers, farmers, handicrafts producers. For example, if you were guided by a tour guide on your hiking trip to the Namosi Eco Retreat, you met a lady on the way selling the souvenirs and other Fijian delicacies. So the money that you gave to buy, you are contributing to the income for that lady, and you also contributing employment to the tour guide. So as we all know that back in 2019, the COVID-19 struck Fiji. However, that COVID-19 pandemic was heavily affected by the tourism industry in the Pacific Island countries and has led to a shift away from tourism to other means of livelihood. The closure of borders to all the countries resulted in massive job loss. As we all know, sustainable livelihoods are one of the key components to enhance resilience. And before the COVID-19 struck, tourism dominated the national livelihood source for the Pacific Island countries. Therefore, most islanders tend to migrate to their own villages, to their own land, to work their land in order to create money, in order to make money. So they rely on other forms of livelihood, such as farming, such as fishing, developing their own small businesses. According to Mr. Mavon et al. In 2002, the COVID-19 has allowed people to return to their land and encourage them to work the land for other source of income. So they also concluded that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it has resulted to a great shock in the country for most of the Pacific Island people and job loss, but it led them to a shift away from tourism to other means of livelihood. Thank you.